Not everyone will like you, and that's okay. It's a simple truth that can feel harsh, especially if you've spent your life trying to fit every mold. You might have tried to satisfy all expectations and win everyone's approval. But think about it, you don't even like everyone yourself. So why burden yourself with the impossible task of being universally liked? This isn't a failure on your part. It's a recognition of how complex human relationships are. You may have found yourself bending over backward, offering every part of yourself just to keep the peace. Perhaps you've spent nights wondering what you did wrong when someone drifted away, or why that person you admired didn't seem to return your feelings. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you're not trying hard enough. You might believe that if you were more accommodating, you'd finally achieve universal acceptance. Yet deep down, you know this isn't true. You can't be everything to everyone, and that's perfectly fine. The pressure to be universally loved is not only unrealistic, but also unfair to yourself. It's a weight that drags you down, suffocating your true self under layers of pretense and self-doubt. You start to lose sight of who you really are and what truly makes you happy. In trying to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one, least of all yourself. You dilute your essence, spreading yourself so thin that nothing's left for those who genuinely appreciate you. There's profound strength in accepting that not everyone will like you. This acceptance isn't an act of surrender, but a declaration of self-respect. It's about recognizing that your worth isn't determined by how many people smile at you. It's about being true to yourself and finding those who value you for who you are. Not everyone will appreciate your unique qualities, and that's perfectly fine. Your value isn't determined by others' opinions. It's inherent and unwavering. Accepting this frees you from the draining cycle of seeking approval from others. The right people in your life will love you completely. They'll cherish your quirks and flaws, seeing them as part of what makes you special. These individuals will support you through thick and thin, not out of duty, but genuine affection. They'll stick by your side because you're brave enough to be your authentic self. Your true friends will celebrate your wins and support you during tough times. They'll stay because they want to, not because they feel obligated. Accepting that you're not everyone's favorite can be challenging. It's natural to feel sad when letting go of relationships you've invested in. Even if they're unhealthy, it can be hard to move on. Mourning the loss of a friendship or growing apart from someone close is normal. But letting go creates space for better relationships. These new connections will be based on mutual respect and understanding. Embracing this truth doesn't mean stopping care for others. It means prioritizing self-care too. You can still be kind and empathetic without sacrificing your well-being. It's okay to say no, set boundaries, and protect your peace. Those who truly value you will respect your limits. Those who don't weren't meant to stay in your life long-term. Remember, it's not about pleasing everyone. It's about being true to yourself and attracting the right people. Setting boundaries is a powerful way to affirm your self-worth. When you set limits, you send a clear message to the world about who you are. You show that you won't compromise your integrity to make others comfortable. It's an act of courage and self-love. It's also love for those who genuinely care about your well-being. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They create a space where only those who respect you can enter. Not everyone will understand or appreciate your boundaries. Some may push back, while others might walk away. This can be challenging to handle. You might question your decisions, wondering if you should have been more flexible. Remember, those who can't respect your boundaries aren't rejecting you. They're rejecting the idea that you have a right to be yourself. That's their problem, not yours. Over time, you'll see that the relationships that remain are the ones that truly matter. These connections are worth nurturing. They're the people who bring joy, growth, and support into your life. They stand by you because they value you for who you are, not some idealized version. As you build these relationships, you'll find more energy, joy, and peace. You'll no longer waste energy trying to fit where you don't belong. Instead, you'll invest in spaces and people that align with your soul. The beauty of accepting that you're not everyone's cup of tea is the freedom it brings. You're no longer bound by others' expectations. You're free from the need to be liked by everyone. Confidence and ease come from knowing you're enough, just as you are. This self-assurance attracts the right people who see, appreciate, and love you completely. When you worry if someone likes you, remember their opinion doesn't define your worth. Your value is intrinsic and unchangeable. It's perfectly fine not to be everyone's cup of tea. In fact, it's a blessing. It shows you're living authentically and not compromising yourself for approval. This creates room for people who will love you unconditionally and form relationships that enrich your life in unexpected ways. What truly matters isn't how many people like you, but how deeply you connect with those who do. Quality relationships bring fulfillment and joy, not quantity. Remember, it's these meaningful connections that make life beautiful and worthwhile.